extraordinaire. And he will also be giving us those demonstrations I mentioned to wow us with his prowess. And he's accompanied by his proud grandfather, Gary. So a round of applause in advance. Thank you, sir.
Well, he's sitting up. Grandfather's got to say a few words. You know, Alien has a little script, but I'll give it to him real quick. What he's got up here at the table is a series of racing drones. They're not RPAs. They are racing drones. And what they are is a representation of what he does. And what he does is finishes 1, 2, or 3 in the world. On several occasions, he's been the top guy or the number 2 or the number 3 guy in international competitions for races. He's got the three drones that he flies, and you can come by here and take a look at those drones. You'll see there's a tiny one called a Tiny Whoop that he just recently came back from England, having finished on the podium with other international people and that sort of thing. And what he'll show you is basically how they do this. Is they wear he's got it's a radio transmission type of process. He's looking through goggles that he has to wear that is really looking through a camera on the front of the drone. And his operation, he operates it with this box that you'll see that is it toggles. And I can't fly it. I've tried. But what that does is that allows him to fly obstacle courses that they build for these races, and all kinds of things. There's tunnels, there's boxes we fly through, and a bunch of stuff. Anyway, what he does is he's one of the fastest, one of the best at the business, is what it amounts to. And I thought since he'd have an opportunity to actually be an RPA guy tonight, which has been very helpful. So, what would you like to say, Dan?
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel. Obviously my grandfather. I have loved flying things in general for a long time. My mom likes to joke that I used to say cars when I was little, and that's the only word I knew. And I basically grew up on Pokemon, cars, and flight videos that my grandfather had just sitting around. I'd watch them for hours and hours and hours, and it was basically the coolest thing ever. I'm not as cool because I fly drones from the ground and just, get to sit and enjoy it. But yeah, I've been doing it since, I've been flying with these kind of first-person view goggles since 2017. And I've been flying drones in general earlier than that, when I was around 10 or 11. And yeah, what I was trying to pull up earlier was a stat in these radios. They will log how much time I've actually used them. So if I remember correctly, there's around 52 days worth of hours just on this radio that I've only had for 2 years. So I've had around 8 of these kind of radios, one of which had around 100 days, so times that by 24 hours, that's how much I've been flying.
And you might mention, he builds his own. And anybody else who wants one, he'll build it for you for a fee.
But yeah, I have a lot of practice, and obviously not as intensive, but I would, maybe 2-3 years ago, I used to every weekend do 12-hour training sessions where I would go out by myself, sit in a field, practice hundreds and hundreds of batteries just to get better. And it's a skill that took a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of money from breaking things. But yeah, I have loved doing it. I continue to do it even though I don't really see myself doing a future with it, which sounds odd because I built these for so long. I work on cars, and then people get shocked when I tell them I'm at university for sociology, even though I'm at scholarship at St. Mary's because they have a UAS program that they wanted me to be a part of.
Would you all like to see him fly that around the inside here? One of these guys here local can probably turn the lights on.
There we go. I think I can figure it
You'll
out.
find Alien when you.
What this does, he flies the small ones that he's got, this is a tiny, it's called a tiny whoop, is what it's called. And that's, he flies that in competition, and he's got a 3-inch and a 5-inch drone that he flies in competitions. And he built all those himself.
All right.
Don't give it up.
One of those in my garage.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, thanks.
That's awesome. You say you get how much battery time off of that one? Around 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
You'll see flying it there manually, that's not how the way it works. I mean, when they fly that, they're always flying it through the goggles, through the camera on the drone, which is amazing to me.
How small can those things be and still have a camera? Well, that's one, doesn't it?
Yep, has a camera. It can go probably about 10 millimeters smaller in size.
Wow.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. For our honored guests, thank you very much for your great presentations and your words. Let's see, I have a few mementos for you. Ordinarily, the butterfly captain would have some sort of medallions going to give to you, but instead I'm just going to give you this one that has an F-16 Fighting Falcon on the side. And with regard to the rumor that this is actually yours truly in an F-16 on the back, it is. It is. There you go. Congratulations, Mac. Thank you. Don't spend that all in one place, all right? Okay. And Mac, sorry. Daylight? There's your version. Now that's 3 of only 70,000. And one more thing, your grandfather and I both like this book a lot. I don't know if you've read it or not. If not, I think you ought to. I think you might enjoy it.
Mr. Flight Captain,
Mr. Provost Marshal.
I'd like to propose a toast to Huck, Max, and Daniel for making this a very interesting evening and letting us know what the future holds for us. Thank you.